Hello, 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 my collective, my loves. How are you? How are you doing today? Uh, it's that time of the week for what you want to know on a Wednesday. And I want to come at you today because I know that we're in Mercury retrograde. And in Mercury retrograde, a lot of times, the past is revisiting itself. But not only is the past revisiting itself, but feelings, emotions, memories, reminiscing about what went wrong in a relationship, what happened. A lot of things are coming up for us to review, deal with, maybe if we want to go back and repeat the past, or perhaps put closure to move on, because we do, we are preparing ourselves for something new. And I know, like, when doing that, we have a lot of questions. So I want to kind of dwell into, like, some questions that we do have, because for us, collective, a lot of us are earth angels, chosen ones, light workers, healers. Our paths cross with someone, twin flame, higher soulmate. Somehow they turned out to be a karmic lesson for us, or they turned out to be a karmic mate because, of course, they didn't do the work. And so we have questions, and so we want to know, like, what went wrong. Why do they F things up? So my questions for today that I want to find out answers, I want to dwell into, because I know, for a lot of you, you hate to move on, let go. You wish you didn't have to, perhaps. But you just want to know, for our What You Want to Know on a Wednesday, it's like, why ruin something real? Collective, you gave a lot of love, you were there, you cared. It's nothing this person couldn't ask you for that you wouldn't do. You welcomed them in, you nurtured them, you fed them, you clothed them, you listened to them, you built them up, you gave them strength, you gave them, you were faithful, you were loyal, you were honest, you heard what they said, you heard what they didn't say, you picked up on the energy, you sympathized, you empathized. You did everything, okay? You were the mother, the lover, the father, I mean, the nurse, the maid, the cook. You did everything, and a lot of them didn't even show up for you halfway. They expected you to be perfect, and I feel, collective, in so many ways you did show up perfect. They wanted perfection from you, demanded, in so many ways, perfection from you. Meanwhile, they didn't even give you 50% of what they were asking for you. And then, if by chance you had one little slip up, it was like, okay, they're done, they're running, they're out. Oh, you made a mistake. Even though they weren't even giving you half of what you were giving to them. And you just got to a point where you're like, I can't keep doing this. Like, you're giving me nothing. I'm tired. I'm overextended. I'm worn out. You're putting holes in my back. You're stabbing me over and over and over again. I'm out of room. No more band-aids. There's no more band-aids I can put on my back from all the stab wounds you put on my back. And you just want to know, why ruin something real? Why mess up a blessing? Why destroy what's working? Sabotage your own happiness. They were happy. Were they? And for, I'm sure, a lot of you, this person, when they were with you, they were happy, but maybe ran back to their friends and family and act like they didn't need you. It wasn't all that, but yet when they're with you, you could tell, but they were another way somewhere else. It just leave you wondering, like, why hurt the one thing that was good to you? Why break what loved you most for people who don't? Superficial love. Why walk away from something pure for something fake? Why throw away the one thing that others pray for? Why do we ruin the things that heal us? Are we afraid of healing? Are we so comfortable with the toxicity that we just can't do the work to heal? Why are we so afraid to just heal? Why choose chaos over calm? Fight the very thing that was sent to save you. Why destroy the divine gift that was yours? We're going to look into that. Okay? So I'm going to ask some questions from a makeshift and from some other tarot decks. And I want to know, like, what is it that this person's running from? Why? Like, I know they're feeling it now. Because you just can't experience real unconditional love, pure love, and then go back to what's superficial, what's fake, what's unhealed, what's toxic. Once you've experienced that and be comfortable sitting in that, you just can't. Because even when you lay your head down at night, you have to think back. You have to miss it. You have to yearn for it. Your conscience has to eat you at some point. Like, even if it takes 2 or 3 years, it's going to hit them. They can't replace you. Someone can't mirror what you gave to them. Not a divine gift. You don't get a divine gift every day. Let's see what's going on with this person now. My God, angel, I'm calling you to come in on this. What you want to know on a Wednesday? Like, why did this person choose chaos? Why did they choose chaos? Ooh. They're definitely burdened. They're definitely carrying a lot of burdens now. And that's exactly what they chose. They chose the chaos. When they walked away from you, they chose chaos. And they're carrying a lot of burdens. Okay? A lot. They're doing a lot of hard work. They have a lot of responsibilities. They probably go into another relationship where the weight is on them. They have to carry everything. That whole relationship. With you, you carried the whole relationship on your back. The wounds, the knives, the everything. Because they didn't give you anything. Now they went to another relationship and they're carrying that whole relationship, okay? And it's because they were resistant to change. They didn't want to change. They delayed it, procrastinated their healing. They didn't want to change. And because they didn't want to change, they're carrying all of the burdens. All the responsibilities of whatever else they jumped into. No one's helping them. No one's meeting them halfway. They were stubborn. Very stubborn. What else, Spirit? The person could have been a fire sign or water sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Ooh. Yeah, another resistant to change. Fear of the unknown. Why fear change? If you're already in toxicity, if what you already have is unhealthy, and if being unhealed is unhealthy, then healing has to be healthy. So why fear being healthy? That can only be good, right? But they fear that. They fear the unknown, so they stagnated your relationship. They stagnated. They wanted to just put you up on the curb, carry you for as long as they could. As long as you're willing to stay, they were going to keep playing games with you. They just did not want to change. They were going to keep doing the same old thing over and over again. You finally got determined to walk away, determined to stand up for yourself. You finally said, I'm done with this. You got the courage, the strength. You said, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. They want to communicate something to you. They want to communicate that they fell for an illusion. They went towards somebody that they thought was one way, and they found out now that they weren't who they thought they were. They were tricked. They were bamboozled. They fell for an illusion. They now see that they were deceived in what they went to. And that's why they're carrying all of these burdens. Because they thought they were going to greener grass, and it turned out not to be that. Okay? They left something real for something fake. Somebody they were out partying with, celebrating with, having fun with, and they went to somebody who may even have a drinking problem, some addictions, alcohol. All right? Somebody who may even be, messing around with another third party. Somebody unfaithful. Somebody they were codependent on. Somebody had a sex addiction, or somebody that has addictions. Definitely with this devil energy, it was something toxic for sure. Nothing healthy. They're starting to see this now because God is showing them, dealing with them, talking to them, giving them some type of wisdom, guiding them. Okay? Because they're getting this intuitive knowledge, this wisdom, this foresight of who the person is, now that they're seeing who they went to and they're doing this comparison of them and you and realizing that they had something real and now they fell for an illusion for something that was not healthy, good for them, but toxic. Now they want to come move towards you. They want to travel towards calmer waters. You could even have a child with this person, all right? They want to come and say that they still desire you. They still have feelings for you. They want to know, can I take you out on a date? Can you start this relationship over? Can you start from the beginning? There's still a lot of passion there. They still have love for you. Okay, they never stop loving you. There's mutual attraction. They want to balance the relationship out. They want to know if you're willing to meet them halfway, if you can accept an apology. They apologize that they have all these options. They were distracted by all the options, their friends, the partying, their relatives, other females, other things. Yes, they got engaged, they chased money, work got in the way, friends got in the way, celebrating got in the way, just addictions probably got in the way. They know they had options. They know that you probably don't trust them anymore. They got burnt, okay? And because they went towards all these options and betrayed you, they now feel like they're stuck in the situation, okay? They're feeling trapped. They're feeling like, I lost you. I'm stuck with this karmic. I don't know what to do. Are you going to take me back? If you're not going to take me back and I got this, like I'm unhappy. Now I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy either way. I'm unhappy because I'm in this relationship and I'm unhappy because I don't have you. Now they're feeling like a victim. They're the victim. They hurt you, but they're the victim. Imagine that. This person feel like they're in some type of mental prison. Imprisoned by their thoughts. Maybe they just overthought this whole situation. Maybe in order for them to come towards you, they have to let some people go that they don't even want to let go. Maybe they have to get a divorce. Maybe they got married, or maybe they were already married. Maybe they went back to a marriage and they have to get a divorce, and they're gonna have to lose some material things. Maybe they're afraid that you're not going to take them back, okay, because they've done too much. You're not going to forgive them. You see them differently now. And now they feel bad. They feel guilty and they have to live with this conscience. They see you out here winning, spending time with your family, making money, starting a business, growing something, money coming in for you. You're being blessed. You're happy. Financial security. You're doing something to build a legacy. Something you're doing is working, is growing, is happening for you. And this person sees this. And this is their justice. This is the world's way of balancing things out. The world is giving truth. It knows that what happened to you was not fair, and it's bringing fairness. It's bringing you this blessing because you did the hard work. You did the hard work. You grew, you changed, you healed whatever you needed to heal. You're going through this relationship with this person who hurt you, betrayed you, lied to you, manipulated you, cheated on you, misled you, gaslit you, kept you waiting, delayed you, held you back from getting your prosperity and your abundance earlier because you were waiting on them to catch up, to do the work, being patient, giving grace when you shouldn't have, not putting boundaries, allowing them, forgiving them, keep giving love, keep showing up, keep taking them back. Everything you kept doing, encouraging them, showing them, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm going to be here. Help, work on yourself. All that you kept doing, you kept giving them this unconditional, undying love. And in the meantime, they were triggering things with you, giving you abandonment issues, lying to you, manipulating you. So you had to learn self-love. You had to learn self-worth. You had to learn to place boundaries. You had to fix your abandonment issues because they gave you abandonment issues. At one point, they even had you thinking, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Am I not enough? Do I need to change something? This person could have even put you to a point where they manipulated you, emotionally manipulated you, till they had you walking on eggshells, scared to even say something when they did something wrong, out of fear that they may not call you, text you, ignore you for a couple of weeks. So then you just wouldn't say something when they did something wrong, out of fear that, oh, well, they're not going to call me, so I'm just not going to say anything. And so you started building up anxiety within yourself because you weren't speaking, but yet you knew you felt stressed. You were dealing with depression because you wanted to say something, but then you didn't because I'm gonna just keep the peace. Don't know how they're gonna react. It was messing with you mentally, emotionally, physically. And then when you finally do say something, they do just what they said. Why you want to bring that up? That happened weeks ago. That happened, or well, there you go, starting trouble. It's like, and then what do? Well, they ghost you because now they could say they have an excuse for not talking to you because, well, you're starting trouble. They flip it. This person. You went through a lot, but it taught you something. It taught you a lot. You did the work on yourself. You reach a point where you're like, no more. I am determined to get the courage and the strength to walk away from this. This is not healthy for me. I'm not going to do this. Not only did you get the courage and strength, but your spirit guides was telling you, baby, go. You got to go. You deserve better. We're going to send you better. We're going to send love to you. This is not it. This is toxicity. This is not love. This person's used to toxic love. You see, they used to that love that people want to show out, scream, fuss, fight. They're not used to calm. They're used to a person that says, you do this, I do that. Like, they need that person to say, as long as you're doing this, I'm going to give you this. Like, they need to know it's a give take. But when you're just loving, not expecting anything in return, and it's not like a deal, a contract, they don't know how to take that because, like, you love me just because of me? No, it's a gimmick. It's something behind this because I know you don't love me just because of me. Hell, I don't even love me just because I'm me. So no way in the hell you can love me just because I'm me. They can't perceive that because they don't have self-love. So they just know something's coming. You're going to hurt them. You're going to do something. You're going to betray them because there's no way possible that you can just love them for being them. You did the hard work. You started loving yourself for just being yourself. And because you did that, you have justice. You have justice. You have fairness. And what that is your rewards coming in. Your money, your increase, your abundance. And this person's trapped in their heads, feeling imprisoned by all the things that they've done to you. For choosing all of these other things above you, not honoring the relationship that they had with you, the person that they did love. They did love you. But they choose everything and didn't choose you. They choose chaos over love. What else can you tell me about what's going on with this person? Thank you. Yeah, they feel burnt out. They're tired. They're going through so much. They're exhausted. They feel empty inside. Some of them might actually be staying in a hotel room, not staying home, staying with a friend, family. Some of them may have to move, sleeping in another room, not even sleeping with the person that they went towards. They might be in different rooms. Some of them are packing their luggage and about to leave. They want out. They're tired of the drama. Ooh. Sorry, guys. They may be hiding from, hold on. Sorry, I probably should have just pushed the pause button, but it is what it is. You know, I don't edit. They're hiding their feelings. They're hiding what they're going through from other people. They don't want people to know how burdened they feel, how exhausted they feel, how burnt out they feel. They're concealing also the things that they've done, the deception. You know, I don't think they told anybody about what they've done to you, how they treated you, how they wronged you. I think they probably lied about you. I don't even think they even told anybody how they even feel about you. If so, they told one friend, probably. Maybe only one person knows. They're definitely covered up a lot of things from you, especially how they felt about you, their heart. They're daydreaming about you, though, fantasizing about you, what life would have been like had they stayed with you, had they chosen you. They're daydreaming about moving towards you, what life would be like if they come towards you and if you were to take them back. Imagining what it would have been like had they not decided to make these bad decisions and go towards somebody that for the streets, somebody who's for everybody, sleeps around, not loyal, cheating, somebody with addictions, another cop out here, somebody who probably drinks a lot, gets sloppy drunk and does stupid things, act out, speak out. They're optimistic that maybe the two of you can fix things, or at least come to some type of compromise, some type of friendship, something. At least that's what they're thinking. What else? That there could be some success with communication with you. But the thing about it is you have somebody else coming in. You have a divine male, masculine coming in for you. With real masculine energy, a man's man, father figure. If you have kids, going to be a great father for your kids. Somebody who's disciplined, someone with authority, all right? Someone that spirits are sending to you, all right? And when this masculine comes into your life, this new love, the one who's going to show up for you in every way, it's going to create a disaster for your ex. Their world is going to fall apart. This is what they're not prepared for. They're not ready for. It's going to be chaos for them. It's like the rug is going to be ripped from under them because they still have feelings for you. And they're still hoping that somehow the two of you are going to make it work and you're moving on. And they know that you're upset. They know they hurt you, but I don't think that they're ready to really see someone else have what they lost. They're going to feel like you turned your back on them. This is how they're going to feel. They're going to feel like somehow you're disloyal. You turned your back on them. Okay? They're going to be suffering in silence. They're going to suffer because they have such unspoken desires for you, because they didn't tell you. They have real feelings for you, but they didn't tell you. They feel trapped in their head, trapped in their mind. They're going crazy because they're not speaking their feelings. They feel like they can't even forgive themselves, so they know that you're not going to forgive them. They're beating their own selves up. What is the spirit? They're beating themselves up because they have to repeat a karmic cycle with these same karmic people that they chose over you. And they don't want to do it because it's unhealthy. Meanwhile, you're starting something new. Your happiness, your legacy, your material wealth, your financial security, your love. You've moved on. And they're repeating the cycle. And they're trapped in their head and they can't take it. Because they're narcissists. A narcissist was full of addictions. That was chasing money. And whoever they thought had more to offer than you. This person may also be dealing with some financial struggles right now because, again, they're burdened with all the responsibilities and what they went towards. And this person might be draining them of their finances in many ways. What is this person in intention? And what do they want to say to my collective? Give me their intention at this point, regards. It's too much. I can't take. That's way too many. Give me this person's intentions. Collective, I don't know. Thank you. Dishonesty. This person is still dishonest. And I can understand that. They're still being dishonest. They're being dishonest with their friends, their family, about how they feel about you, that they love you, that they want to be with you. And they're being dishonest about what happened, how your relationship ended, why it ended, what they did to cause the ending. They're still, if they come in and have this conversation with you, going to be dishonest about the fact that they probably still have something going on, but they're probably coming in to check your temperature and to see if you are interested in rebuilding before they actually let something else go. They're being dishonest with themselves that they probably need to heal some things about themselves and that they need to take accountability for what went wrong. They're they're just still dishonest. That's their energy. If you were to consider going back in a relationship with this person, you would more than likely be repeating a cycle. You would be trading something pure that's coming in for you for that. There's nothing else coming out of this deck. What do I want to say to my collective spirit guides? What would this person like to say? Thank you. I was afraid that you would reject me if I shared my feelings to you. I feel abandoned by you and it's triggering my childhood traumas. So that's part of that dishonesty. See, I told you earlier, this person feels abandoned by you. They're going to feel abandoned by you when you choose to stand up for yourself, when you choose to move on, when you choose to have a relationship with somebody who is deserving, who appreciates you, who values you, who sees your self-worth, who wants to show up for you every step of the way, who wants to be there for you physically, emotionally, mentally. When someone sees your worth, puts in the work, and wants to build with you, that person's going to feel abandoned by you. Crazy, isn't it? I smile on the outside, but I'm dying on the inside. I told you. They're suffering in silence. But this is all, they brought this on themselves. They brought it on themselves. It's self-sabotage is what it is. Self-sabotage. So collective, this is what's going on this What You Want to Know on a Wednesday. Like, why they choose chaos? Like, why hurt? You know, why ruin something that was real? Why mess up a blessing? Why destroy what's working? Sabotage your own happiness? Hurt the one thing that was good to you? Walk away from love? Why play mind games? Why throw away what others pray for? They were emotionally unavailable. Why they do this? Why? Because they're childish. They're unhealed. They're mature. They're toxic. That's why. I hope that some of this brought some answers to you. I think for a lot of it too, they're listening to some of their family and friends, the circles that they're running in, the community that they're around. These people they're not encouraging in their growth. You know, they're around people that are doing what they're doing. Not only are they doing what they're doing, but they're telling them there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. And the reason there's nothing wrong with what they're saying, there's nothing wrong with what they're doing, and they're encouraging their behavior, it could be because your person is, you know, doing stuff for them, give them money, help them out, do things, and they're just partying with them. That's like their fun. That's their person they hang out with. So, of course, they don't want to see that your person, you know, evolve. Because if your person evolves, they're going to leave them behind, and they don't want that. So they're keeping them down with them. They're not telling them, man, you need to get your act together. You got a good woman. You don't want to lose her. They're far and in between to get. You need to act right and get your shit together. They're not going to tell them that. They're going to be like, man, forget her. You know what I mean? Girls out here in the street, you better get one of these girls, man. Forget that. That's what they're going to do because that's what they're doing. It's the community. The question is, what are you going to do? Intuitively, you know what to do, collective. Your intuition is telling you what to do. Your intuition is telling you to remain in no contact with this person. Block them. Move on. Continue to give them a silent treatment. Just leave this person feeling foolish with this egg on their face. They did it to themselves. Everything's backfiring on them. Everything is backfiring on them. But it's supposed to. Because this is the justice. I hope you enjoyed my read today. If so, please leave me a comment, like, share, subscribe. Sending you my love and blessings. And as always, have a good day. Thank you.